Welcome to Tackle Fanatics TV.
The beauty of the Zig Kit is you can adjust it to seek out fish in the different depths. But this lake being so deep, depths down to 62 foot, you can pinpoint accuracy, find where the fish are within the layers. It's so mad to think that it picked up my little white pop-up out in over 30 foot of water, suspended 7 foot down. Okay, I'm just going to run you through my Zig setup using the Zig Kit. Couldn't be any simpler. First of all, the main line is 12-pound touchdown. The reason I use that is for the low stretch for the bite indication. Running onto the anti-tangle boom, I've got attached with the swivel removed, 3.5 ounce distance casting swivel lead. That aims for obviously casting and hooking abilities. Leading onto the float, really nice and simple, super buoyant. That's threaded on, and Palomar knot to a size 11 quick change swivel. Within the pack you get the little anti-tangle sleeve. Obviously that's just to finish off attaching your hook link to that. That avoids tangles as well. I lean down now onto the hook link, the business end. It's 11-pound Zig line. I choose that for strength and durability, especially in a demanding lake like this. And the length of the hook link is from the spigot of my rod down to the reel seat. I use a size 8 mixer, super sharp, big hook for big fish. And on that you've seen I'm using a boilie. That's a milky toffee infused pop-up. Really simple knotless knot with a little bit of silicone just to finish it off to a line through the eye of the hook. So when I start zig fishing, I'll pick areas of the lake. So I'll stagger the rods on different wraps to cover ground that they're maybe showing or cruising or bubbling that I've seen. So wrap it to the required distance and then clip it up. Next stage is to add the foam to the float. So it's a lick and stick process.
It's good that, wasn't it?
You don't want to crush the foam because you still want it to have the air inside it. So on the actual float there's a square to aim your foam onto. So I gently lick and stick that onto there and place the hook into the foam. That's protection to fold the hook link back. For reassurance I lick and stick another piece of foam over the hook onto the first piece of foam so that traps the hair. Once that's done we're all ready to go. So going from there, obviously aim for a horizon marker for the area. And when you cast out, basically you want to hit the clip really hard and high but throw the rod tip forward so it kicks the hook link out. That's taking separation away from the lead and the float. Obviously on that, fill the lead down to the bottom as if you're feeling down if you was casting out a bottom bait. Basically, because the depth of the water, you get a little hang up of line, which is a big bow, and you need to take that out of it, obviously to direct contact to the float. So I'll wind and I'll fill the line until it's pinned tight. So it's pinging almost in your finger and you can fit it direct to the lead with the float. Once everything's settled, I'll open the bail arm and place it on the buzzer bar and just let the line feed out and you start trickling. If it isn't trickling, the beauty of this Zig Kit is if it's tangled, it won't come to the surface. So if the line's peeling off the spool, you know you're tangle free, which is the beauty of it. So once it's come to the surface, you'll see the float come up and then your hook bait. I also, for reassurances, use a pair of binoculars. Sometimes with low light levels, with the naked eye, you can't see your float. And then from there is bringing down the float stage. So once I've closed the bail arm, I'll slowly tighten down to the float. And as soon as it's bobbed under and you've lost the anti-tangle sleeve, the float's under the surface. Now, when I said about that crucial length for the hook link, that's from the spigot to the reel. Pinch from the spigot and slowly wind down to the reel. And once you've hit down to the roller on the bail arm, you know your hook bait's just under the surface, so it's fully cocked, ready to go. After that, it's just a case of identifying the depth you want to start fishing in. So as a rule, normally on most lakes that I fish with adjustable zigs, there is a bit of a common rule to times of the year. At the moment, it's 7 foot down that I found the magic number this week. Pinching the line on your foot marker that I've put on my rod, which I've just used a bit of marker elastic, or you can use a bit of insulation tape, whatever, just as long as you mark a foot. So pinching the line and winding down to the bail arm, that'll be a foot, and then take it down further from there. So the world's your oyster with it, identify it from there. Normally I stagger them, so a 5 foot, a 7 foot and an 8 foot I'd start off with now. So the beauty of this tactic with the Zig Kit, you can identify accurately the depths that the carp are sitting in. Now, it's not a case of just chucking it out and having it sitting there rotting at say 5 foot for hours on end. You really need to work those layers, whether it bring it down or bring it up. I sort of gauge it around sort of every hour. If nothing's going on, I'll bring them down and then I'll work back up. So what I found between here and another lake called Elstow, which is famously known within the carp fishing, is certain depths at a certain time of year seems to be a magic number. So once you've found those and make a log in your phone, you can always refer back to them. So recently on here, I've just been fishing them statically 12 foot down from the surface, but there will be periods that they will change depth coming up the layers where they warm up. So refer back to maybe some notes you've made from previous. Like I say, for instance, today 7 foot has been the magic number.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, good. Can't believe I'm actually giving all those depths away.
You've been tuned into TFTV. Tackle Fanatics stock an extensive range of tackle and bait from all the leading manufacturers. To check it out, go to www.tacklefanatics.co.uk. Remember, Tackle Fanatics also offer finance to make your tackle purchase more affordable. Tight lines and wet nets from everybody at TFTV.